Module Overview. This module explores the neuroscience and psychological mechanisms of emotion and mood as they relate to the creative process and artistic expression. It uncovers the intricate ways emotional states ranging from joy and ecstasy to grief, trauma, melancholy and awe, drive artistic output, fuel aesthetic experience, and impact how both creators and audiences interact with art on a neurological and affective level. By integrating findings from affective neuroscience, cognitive psychology, psychodynamic theory, and expressive arts research, this module offers you a layered understanding of how mood and emotionality shape both the process and product of creative acts. It investigates how certain emotional states lead to divergent thinking, how neurochemical changes influence imagination, and how artists transmute affective experiences into powerful visual, auditory, or performative expressions. It also focuses on how audiences emotionally respond to art, with a look at aesthetic chills, catharsis, mirror neurons, and empathy-based engagement, offering a dual perspective. Art as a vehicle for emotional communication and transformation, and emotion as the inner catalyst for artistic originality. Key themes and components. 1. Affective states as catalysts for creativity. Emotions, especially complex or conflicting ones, often serve as raw material for artistic expression. The role of melancholy, nostalgia, anger, anxiety, passion, and euphoria in inspiring artwork. Psychological studies have shown that negative moods may enhance cognitive persistence, while positive moods promote cognitive flexibility, both of which are essential to creative thinking. The limbic system and creative processing. The limbic system, amygdala, hippocampus, hypothalamus, plays a central role in processing emotions and is deeply involved in aesthetic experiences. The amygdala helps assign emotional valence to creative content, whether fear, desire, awe, or disgust. Artistic stimuli activate emotional neural circuits, especially during music, visual arts, and narrative immersion. Neurotransmitters and hormonal influence. Dopamine associated with reward anticipation, flow states, and creative highs. Serotonin influences mood stability, which supports sustained creative engagement. Oxytocin enhances empathy and socially expressive art. Cortisol, linked to stress. Chronic levels may inhibit creativity, but acute stress can trigger bursts of innovation under pressure. Emotion regulation through art. Creative expression serves as a form of affect regulation, providing catharsis, self-soothing, and narrative restructuring. Journaling, painting, dance, drama, and music have all been shown to help individuals process trauma and emotional conflict. Art therapy encourages nonverbal communication of affect in clients with alexithymia or PTSD. Mood congruency and artistic style. Artists often express mood-congruent themes in their work. For instance, Van Gogh, intense emotional instability expressed in turbulent brushwork. Sylvia Plath, poetic melancholy that mirrors her depressive state. Picasso's Blue Period, marked by sadness and loss. Conversely, deliberate mood incongruence can produce irony, satire, and subversion in contemporary art. Empathy, mirror neurons, and audience engagement. Mirror neurons enable viewers to feel with the artist or subjects of the work. Empathetic resonance with artistic content fosters deeper emotional impact. Performance art, film, poetry, and painting often evoke aesthetic empathy, sadness, joy, or catharsis in audiences. Aesthetic emotions and flow states. Aesthetic emotions are not tied to survival, but to reflection, contemplation, and transcendence. Experiencing or creating art often evokes aesthetic chills, tears, or rapture physiological responses linked to deep neural engagement. Flow state, as described by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, is a highly focused, pleasurable state of immersion, often induced by emotional and creative alignment. Psychopathology, mood disorders, and creativity. History shows correlations between bipolar disorder, depression, and heightened creative output, e.g., Sylvia Plath, Beethoven, Virginia Woolf. While romanticized, these links are nuanced mental illnesses that may fuel disrupt, or distort the creative process. This section critically examines myths and ethical considerations around mad genius stereotypes. Cultural and evolutionary perspectives on emotion in art. Art evolved as a social-emotional communication tool, transmitting values, warnings, and beliefs through storytelling and symbolism. Rituals, religious iconography, funeral art, and war murals reflect communal affective states. Cultural attitudes toward emotional expression impact how artists from different societies encode or repress feelings in their work. Contemporary applications. How brands use emotional psychology to drive artistic design and advertising. Film scoring, color theory, fashion aesthetics, and sound therapy as applications of emotional influence through artistic media. Role of AI art in mimicking emotional tones. Can machines truly feel or just simulate emotional depth? Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to analyze the interplay between emotion, mood, and creativity across various art forms. Identify the neural systems and psychological mechanisms involved in emotional expression through art. Evaluate the use of art as an emotional coping and self-regulation strategy. Explore how audiences respond emotionally to visual and performative artworks. Recognize the complex relationship between mood disorders and creative productivity.